Hi, my name is Maria Paula Fegan, and I'm gonna present the analysis of the prevalence of stomach cancer in Ecuador, and I'm gonna explain what I did in my assignment. So first of all, I selected all of the countries and organized them from the ones that had the bigger percentage of deaths. And yeah, the three first ones was Japan, Republic of Korea, and Mongolia, as you can see. And after that, I had all of these put it here. And also I added Ecuador, Mexico, United States, and Spain. As you can see, the one that has the most unusual, extremely high percentage that goes far away from the the middle of all of them was Japan, as you can see there. Then, after doing this, I put the years in groups, and I put the percentage of the different countries in every year of the mortality rates. And I did this diagram which shows how every country has increased or decreased over a period of time. So I compare all of them to Ecuador, which is my country. And what I found was that Ecuador started really high with mortality rate, but slowly start improving. And yeah, even though it was not as good as other countries that are really, like, for example, United States or Republic of Korea, which are only going down. Ecuador goes up and then starts going down. It shows a significant improvement. um, For example, Ecuador and Spain began with a similar average, but Spain's rate decreased faster initially. However, as you can see in the period from 1990, Spain's rate stagnated, allowing Ecuador declining trend to cross and surpass it. And if you compare it to Mexico, as you can see in the chart, they were really parallel for decades, but in the final periods, Ecuador sustained how it was declining, and it allowed it to achieve a lower average rate than Mexico. So, in conclusion, Ecuador evolved from one of the countries with the highest mortality to an intermediate position, and this demonstrates like an improvement maybe on sanity and social progress. And yeah, it's a really good sign. In this second one here, what I did was only select the country Ecuador and put a female and male percentage of mortality rates each in this each group of years. And the conclusions of these was that there was good outcomes because uh, at the end, the last years, because it has decreased. But as you can see, male gender has always been the one with the highest mortality from this cancer. And yeah, and yes, after doing this, what I did was create these two charts, as you can see, which has a lot of numbers, but they helped me to find answer to five questions we had in the assignment. So the first one shows this is Ecuador data only. It shows the different age groups and the different years. The one on top shows the counting of people that has died of this cancer every year in each age group. and the one on the bottom shows the percentage over the general percentage of deaths of each age group in each year. So what I found was that the age group that has the highest proportion of death over time was the 25 plus age group, and makes sense because it's people that are really old, and it must be harder to survive a cancer at that age. It is consistently the highest one. You can see in both of them. And the second thing I found out of this was that the year which more people die out of this was 2022. As you can see, it has 5.05% of the total, and is the highest one of them. The other thing I found was that mortality rate for young adults from 20 to 24 in 2022 um, was 0.0010%, which is low, but is still sad to have a number of the people so young of this cancer. And the mortality rate on seniors from 75 to 79 in 2007 is 0.35, which is really high mortality rate. And the last thing I found was that people aged from 25 to 29, the year there was the highest percentage of deaths from this cancer was 2010. So, so yeah, the conclusions are that this data tells how maybe public health has improved because all of the countries were decreasing, and mortality rates from this cancer have been going down, which is a good sign. It also is weird that all of the countries have, like, they go up at the same time, and it makes me wonder what happened during that period of time, why there was more of this cancer. And Ecuador in particular started with one of the highest rates but declined, which is a really good sign. And it's even surpassed countries that have, I maybe think, more investment in public health, like Spain and Mexico. So it's interesting. And yes, about the gender, it shows a stable but concerning health disparity, which makes me wonder why men have more tendency to die from this cancer than women. And yeah, other conclusion that is really not surprising for me is that the primary risk factor for mortality from this cancer is having an advanced age. That's why you can see in the people with older ages, they have more percentage of deaths. So yeah, thank you for watching my video.